guys, welcome to Miniature Fairy Tales. My name is Carissa and today we're going to be talking about how we are able to use SVG files in Design Space. Now, my SVG files for Miniature Fairy Tales are imported into Design Space or other cutting machine design programs which use SVG files. So you'll need these instructions if you don't know this process already in order to be able to use the files. Let's get started on the video and I hope you enjoy. So we're in Design Space, we're going to click on New Project and we're going to browse files and we're going to look for wherever the SVG was downloaded to. And there's mine, so I'm going to click MF Writing Desk Final SVG and import. It's going to take a short moment and then once it shows up I'll give it a name, so I'll call it Writing Desk. And then it will come in and I'll select it, it's on the left, and I'll press Insert. And here we are. So all we've got is a red box and nothing else, but if you tap on your screen and then zoom out, you can then see the group line. So it always imports a lot bigger than what it is, and to combat this we're going to go down to Edit, we're going to go down to the width and make that 29 centimeters, and that will rescale the group to what it needs to be. And then we'll go to the line type and we'll make it no fill, so down to no color, and that will bring up the outlines and you'll be able to see the image. So then the next thing is to double check our scale box and make sure that it is 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, and if it is, that means we've scaled correctly and it's at the appropriate size. So now what we want to do is we want to remove that scale box because we don't need it anymore. So we're going to click on Layers and we're going to scroll down to where the layer box is, where the scale box is. And we're going to select it and press the I button at the bottom of the layer screen, and that will close it off so that it won't draw and we can't see it and it won't cut. Because it's not part of the project, it's just a reference tool for us. So the next thing that we're going to do is we need to change all of the letters into draw lines. At the moment they're cut lines, and every SVG that is imported into Design Space will always import all the lines as cut lines. So these are all grouped, and what we're doing is we're selecting each group, unselecting the things that we want to remain cut files, and then we are leaving the letters selected, so that at the end of the selection process we will change the line type to draw, and all of these letters instead of cutting will now draw, which is what we want. Now it can be a bit of a lengthy process, but just make your way through them. Unfortunately, it is a necessity because otherwise Design Space doesn't know what it's supposed to do. So we need to change all of these. And also do be careful when you're selecting, because if you press too long or too short, it can unselect everything, which is a little bit painful. So we'll just make our way through the rest of these, and then when we get to the end, which won't be far away, we'll select the line type and we'll make it draw. Now I must apologise if there's background noise in this video. I have tried my best to get away from noise today, but unfortunately it's just one of those days. I'm surrounded, so I'm doing my best with what I've got, and yeah, if you hear bouncing basketballs or people talking, I do apologise, but hopefully you can hear my voice okay. Alright, so that's the end of it. As I said, we'll go over to line type and make it draw. There we go. So now all of our letters are going to draw instead of cut, which is great. But there is one last thing. we now need to attach all of the letters to the shapes that they're sitting on, because if we don't, Design Space thinks that the letters are to be drawn on their own and it will not know to attach them to those shapes. And in turn, we won't know what label belongs with what. So it's the same process now. You're selecting each group with letters in it, and instead of unselecting the cut file, you're going to keep that selected now, and then you're going to go to Action and press Attach for each of them. Now you can't select everything because otherwise it will attach everything to everything, which we don't want. They have to be done separately in their own little groups. So essentially it's the same thing as what you did to make the letters draw files. It's just that we're including the cut files now and we're attaching everything together. And once you get doing this for a little while, you do get a little bit faster at it, which is great. I hope you can't hear the basketball in the background, but if you can, again, I apologise. And you'll see as we select each group, it lights up blue in the plan in front of us, and that helps us to see what's going on. And it looks like we're nearly there. Yep, we're there now. So we can, they're all attached, and the next thing is just to press Make It. There's nothing else. Now what I like to do is check my mats and make sure there's no stray letters or shapes where there shouldn't be. This is also an opportunity for you to move items around if you'd like to make the most of your materials. Or you can leave it as is. Design Space chooses its own way to lay things out, and if you're happy with it, you can press Continue. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for joining me. If you liked this video, please give me a like or subscribe for more videos in future. Have a great day. Bye for now.